2,000 years later.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on here for a while and I have my reasons, because life. Honestly, I haven't been in the best mental health state for a while now, but it became worse in the past 2 months. But as you can see, I am doing better. I don't think there's any need for you to see how I was like in the past 2 months, but I'm doing much better.
You liar!
In the process of trying to help myself lately, whenever I talk to someone about it, whether it's a friend of mine, a family member, a colleague at work, or even a professional, there's always that talk about how important self-care is, and it is. But it's not really easy to walk the talk. When you think about it, teachers hold a great responsibility in making sure that the well-being of so many children are intact. But I feel like we tend to forget about our own. I love helping my kids out, not just with the subject matter that I teach. I love just listening to them. I love being that teacher that they feel open to, they feel like they could go to ask certain things, to open up about some things, to be that person they know might be able to help them, or at least be there to listen. But I think I'm not able to do that well, or at least I'm scared of not being able to do that well, because I keep thinking, what if some of the things that I'm telling them to do or telling them to try, I'm not able to apply to myself? And I think that's a huge problem. What I'm going to say, some teachers might be able to relate to, some might not. But personally, as a teacher, oftentimes I think I don't really deserve to exert an amount of time to care for myself. Or I think taking care of myself or finding time to take care of myself is a waste of time because there's so much else that needs to be done. It's not very healthy to continue with that sort of mindset. And a lot of people have helped me process that. I'm going to be sharing some things that I've been trying so hard to work on in applying to my everyday life as a teacher. Number one, set limitations for yourself. When it comes to work and home, it's really hard to separate that right now, considering our environment and setup. But when it comes to other limitations that you can actually be in control of, how we deal with our workload. Teachers have so much workload you cannot even imagine. We don't just go and teach a class and then that's it. There's so much preparation that goes on, and then of course we have to prepare everything that the students need every week. And then of course there's also the workload that comes after classes, which is all paperwork, and sometimes honestly I feel like I'm drowning in it, and I'm sure all the teachers can relate to that. Lately I've been trying so hard to limit myself on how much I should deal with every single day, even if there's still time to do this so it can be less the next day. I kind of try to divide it instead of doing everything all at once, cramming everything into the last day. Or, just being realistic about what I need to finish for the day. Because most of the time, I just want everything done, and then I forget all of the other basic things that I need to get done, which is like eating, showering, talking to my family or my friends. Sometimes too much productivity isn't really productive. Number two, acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. I'm not very good at this. So this part is for me. I suck at this. This is towards myself. So if I forget about this, I'm gonna use this video and then scold myself. But I really am bad at this, so I'm doing my best, to try and accept that sometimes this is how I think about these things because this is actually what made me feel this way. Or this is how I feel because this has been in my mind for a while now. There's something that one of my doctors told me about processing my thoughts and feelings. I should always consider thinking, what made me think this way or what made me feel this way? I don't have to be certain about it, but I can write it down, or I can tell myself or list it in my head. What made me say that this is how I see myself? Or what made me think that this is how I should see myself? Or what made me feel this way about myself? And that's just how I've been trying to think lately. Number three, remind yourself every day that you did your best. This becomes like a mantra to me. I cannot tell you because sometimes I don't feel like telling myself that. So I have to try to beat that thinking down because there are a lot of things that we're able to accomplish on a daily basis. Sometimes it's less than we kind of expect ourselves to finish because some people, me, have this huge standard on what I should be able to achieve. But small achievements are great too. Whenever you're trying to finish a task or whenever you're accomplishing a requirement, or it's already the end of the day, but you still feel like you have a lot more to do, just tell yourself, you did great today. You did your best. Sometimes more pats are needed, but you deserve that. You're able to achieve just surviving that day alone and the next days as well. So that's a huge, huge thing to be proud of. And I try to tell myself that now. Number four, find time to do the things that you enjoy. As much as I enjoy teaching, and other things related to the work that we do, there are other things that I'm interested in. There are other things that I wish I could do, but this workload is insane. I try to just pause or stop the day to do other things for leisure, such as like watching movies or watching content videos, listening to music. You deserve to actually enjoy other things. Being able to do that every day, not just like a few times a week, every day. Just try to pause and do something for yourself that isn't related to work. I try to tell myself every day now, I deserve this. I deserve to take this break. Even though sometimes those thoughts come crawling back in that I don't deserve it, I try to fight back and tell myself, I deserve this. I deserve to take this break and then deal with whatever tomorrow. Number five, talk to someone or talk to yourself aloud. Ever since the pandemic happened, I think any one of my friends who may be watching this would agree, I find it difficult to talk to people now. I'm the type of person that is willing to open up about my struggles, or the person that other people or anyone can go to just open up about their own struggles. But lately, I've been just really closing up. There are just days that I don't want to talk to anyone at all. And that's valid too, It's also okay if you have those days. Of course, there's also that possibility of talking to a professional. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health, and it doesn't hurt to see someone. Number six, process what your mind and body can handle. Doing this is also very tricky. Teachers love to develop a lot of strengths and a lot of skills, which is, expected of us. We do our all for our kids, and that's great. But sometimes it's really hard to acknowledge that we also have weaknesses. I feel like we're so scared to have them because we're here in the academe. But there's really no problem in that. We're just humans. This part, I feel like this is another part that I should scold myself in. Because, like, I'm also really bad at accepting that there are some things I'm not good at or I'm not going to be good at. There are some things that is just my limit. To be in a good state, to make sure that my health is still prioritized, if we're able to accept that we have that or we have those weaknesses, we're getting closer to understanding ourselves more. And lastly, number seven, just be flexible with your goals. During the pandemic, we really should be flexible in setting our goals for ourselves. I want to say that we have more time to do that, but life is really unpredictable now. And I feel like that's why a lot more people feel pressured to do so much because of how unpredictable life is, proven by this whole pandemic. But be kind to yourselves. I'm also going to tell that to myself. Be kind to yourself, because I tend to do that as well. I tend to have so much that I want to do. And if I'm not able to do it, I kind of beat myself up for it. So whatever we're able to achieve, that's great. And whatever else we can achieve, just be flexible with it. You know, it doesn't mean that if we don't reach it at a certain time where we first kind of planned it, doesn't mean it's not possible anymore. To other teachers who are watching this, I hope that we just find ways that are helpful to us. It's not set what helps a certain person. You know, we all have individual needs and things that work for us individually. I hope that you're able to find the strength and the effort or time to really just focus on yourself. I hope that you continue to be hardworking, but also just be good to yourself and be kind to yourself. We're the only ones who really get to do that for ourselves. People can tell us things, people can do certain things to help us feel comfort and assurance, but at the end of the day, what we tell ourselves and what we feel about ourselves is far bigger. I'll see you in my next video. It won't take that long next time, I promise. It took 2 months without a video. I'm so sorry. What a drought. Don't forget to like this video. Maybe leave a comment down below too. I would really appreciate that. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when I post my next video. And this time, it won't take as long. Bye!